Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about planning life and managing money. Today's video is going to be my January budget with me. We are setting up my budget in my Happy Planner. As you know, I have two planners with my budgets. The first planner is the one that I created, and this one stays at home. Basically, it is where I keep, it's the most functional budget that I have. I just write everything in it. There are no stickers. It's not pretty at all. It's just mainly for function. It stays at home and it carries every single thing that I need when it comes down to my money. The other planner that I have is the one that's within my Happy Planner. It's actually Frankenplanned within my Happy Planner, and it is under the money section. I am only carrying 1 month of this particular budget planner, and this is the monthly of Happy Planner, meaning that you have the full month, and then you have the monthly goals section, and then you have just lists. I'm going to use these lists in order to keep track of my weekly breakdowns of my expenses for that particular week. So I'll show you how I'm going to set that up later on, but today we're going to set up this, set up my monthly view and also do my monthly goals. So if you haven't seen me do this process before, I love to list out all of my expenses on my monthly spread. I have done that in my budget planner, the one that I keep at home, and basically it looks like this. I color code each of the expense based on the check that it's going to be associated with. So any expenses that, like, we get paid every single week. I get paid 1 week and my husband get paid on an opposite week. So we're getting paid for 2 weeks, but we get paid on opposite weeks. So we just always have income coming in. And on top of that, I also have business income coming in, and my husband had business income coming in. We don't always put the business income on here. We only put our main source of income on this spread. So as of now, I'm just going to allocate, write out all my expenses and allocate which colors are going to go with which weeks. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, when I am doing this process, it's twofold. The first thing that I'm doing is putting all of the expenses on the date that they are due and associating them with a color, meaning that I'm going to try to pay all of those expenses with one check. So with that being said, I have to add up all of these expenses and see if all of them actually add up to an amount that's under the income that we're going to get for that week. If it's over the amount that we are going to have for that week, then I know for the previous week that I need to save a little bit of extra money from a previous check in order to make sure we have enough to cover all of these expenses. So now I'm just gonna add them up to see how much I need per week. Okay, so let me explain what I'm doing here because it's going to look a little wonky with how I've laid this out. Normally, I would have each particular week in one color and you would see 4 colors here. Right now, you only see 3 colors and they're really varying in the amounts that we have on the side here. And that is because in the month of December, we end up getting paid 5 times. So because we have 5 weeks in December and we get paid 5 times, that means that I can allocate that last check, which is a free check, to cover some additional expenses that we have in the month of January. So I'm using that extra check to cover some things for Christmas and to also cover some additional expenses that are coming up in January so that I will be ahead. With me being ahead, I want to be able to stash a lot of the income that I have coming in, pay some stuff a little bit early, adjust some of my payments, because I told you guys once before that we are very top heavy, meaning the very first 2 weeks of the month are very high in expenses. As you can see, I have like $2,000 that is due in the very first 2 weeks, which is very heavy on one check. So what I'm trying to do here is that $2,000, it's still there, but that extra check that's coming in the last week of December is going to cover some of that, which means that the next checks that come in will have a lot more disposable income in them, and I'm going to save it. So with me being able to save it, that means I'm allocating myself to be a month ahead in my expenses. And that's why you only see stuff coming out of 3 checks with this pay period, because the 4th one will be that 5th check that we get in December. And essentially, what the plan is to be 1 check ahead of ourselves. I hope all of that makes sense. If it doesn't, make sure that you leave, questions below. We can definitely talk about it. But my thought process is that we will end up being 1 check ahead of ourselves. We'll have 1 check stashed, and then that way we'll be constantly paying this month's bills with last month's money. So I have filled out all of the expenses, and now I'm just going to add them back into my planner. I'm going to do a video on this too. I added some lists and trackers into my planner. I'm not finished them all, but I have my quotes here. I have my financial goals, my savings tracker, credit card debt, and card debt that I'm currently paying off. And then it goes into my actual monthly spread. So I'm just gonna pop this back in here. And this will be it for this spread. The next thing that I'm gonna do is actually allocate my monthly goals in the check it off section. So for my monthly goals, the first thing that I want to do is want to save $500 in my emergency fund. My next goal is to pay off $1,000 on my credit card. The third goal is to have 1 check in the bank, and that's based off of the plan that we just talked about. And the 4th goal is to have a no spend month. Every January, we set a no spend month for my family, and that's just basically catching up from the holidays and getting back on track. Okay, so I have added the goals here, and as far as my monthly habit trackers, I decided to do no spend, save, and pay off debt. I'm gonna try and do that every single day this particular month. And even with the savings, even if I'm able to like save $1 or put some change into savings, the idea here is to create the habit of saving and the habit of paying off debt, and it does not matter the amount. I've added my monthly goals. I'm probably gonna add some stickers at the top and at the bottom in order to keep myself motivated. And I will show y'all in another video how I'm going to set up my weeks But this will basically be it as far as the monthly spread. I really think that I'm going to like this spread. So far, I really enjoy just having something that I can easily look at, and it's not a whole bunch of white space like I did when I had the boxes. So let's add some stickers here, and I'm still thinking about what I'm going to do on this side. Okay, so here is the final look. And what I decided to do on this page is kind of make it an overview of my goals and everything that's kind of going on this month. I have my monthly quote. So this is just a quote that I pulled from my favorite quotes. I just like to have something there that I can read every time I open up this planner and come to this section. I have my monthly goals of what I want to do with our finances. Here are the habit trackers for the finance section. I don't have anything here yet. This is because this is the very first time that I'm using this planner, so I'm not really sure what I want to put here. It may be an overview of how the month goes, but I don't want to put anything yet until I actually start up in January and kind of see how it goes. My daughter's birthday is in the month of January. It's January 31st, so I want to put budget items here. So I'm going to add in the decor and the venue that we decide to go with, and we aren't sure yet. She may end up having it at home, but I just wanted to start preparing for that and preparing for the gifts and the cost of that. These are sinking fund items, but I do want to keep track of how much we end up spending on her birthday. So this will be where I keep track of that. And I'm also, so in this section, it will only be the budgeted items for that. In my home section, I will have a full layout of everything that we decide to do for her birthday. So I just want to distinguish between the two, because a lot of people ask me like how I use my planner for different things. So in this section, it will only allocate how much we end up spending on her birthday. And then the home section will have everything else. Bottom here, I have my sinking fund goals. So I know that I'm spending twice out of my sinking funds for the month of January. I'm going to be spending on her birthday party and also spending on some car maintenance that we need done, oil change, just daily, monthly maintenance that I need done in my car. And then I want to add $200 into my sinking fund. So this is another section that I don't have anything for just of yet. It may be an overview of what we end up spending on the entire month, like broken down by category. So I may put that there, and then over here put like how we did with the goals. That's what I'm thinking, but like I said, I don't know yet because this is the very first time that I'm using this planner. So we're gonna see how it goes. And then as far as my weekly spreads, I will do a video on how I am going to use this, but it's going to be broken down week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then I'm going to just divide it up by categories. So it'll probably be like expenses, how much we spend on food, how much we spend on discretionary items, but I'll probably break it down by categories within this planner. That's the idea. But that is it for my monthly setup for the month of January. I really do like how this came out. This will be great to carry around with me. Like I said, my other budget planner is very, very, very functional. It's just where I jot everything down and keep everything as a whole in that planner, but this one will be the one that I carry around on me. It's a little bit more decorative, it's a little bit more fun, and I really do like how it came out. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and until the next one, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.